Hello folks, recording, hopefully it's working okay. Yes, it's me, I'm back again for another one, and this might be a longer one, so yes, I'm just vlogging, but some ponderings and some other info, just my ponderings really. And yes, it might be a bit noisy because it's the rush hours at the moment. There is no singular rush hour anymore, but at the moment, at this time, probably be a lot of traffic noise. Um, yes, I'm going to move the camera as well in a minute and show you some stuff, but this might be a longer one, so if you're not willing or not interested to listen, forewarning. Uh, I probably will ramble a bit on this. But this is sort of to carry on from some of the stuff I said the other day on the previous vlog and in other stuff as well. Some clarification and whatever. But anyway, yeah, first of all, let's do this bit. Update on another copyright notice. Ooh, another one, lo and behold. I'm going to move the camera, so bear with shaky camera for a moment. Show you my screen. Oh, hang on, minimise. That was just me making notes. I remembered to mention everything I wanted to mention. Right, this is my copyright notices page on my YouTube channel. Obviously, these four were already here. Still waiting for information to come back from them. I've got to wait at least another couple of weeks or month yet before I hear back from them. Today, I come online and see that this one has had a copyright notice against it. This is one of the first videos. I'm not sure if it was the first, but it was one of the first videos that I uploaded to my channel. February 17th 2011. Now, show you the copyright doodad blah. Right, now this was disputed and claim released not long after I uploaded it. So for over 2 years, this video has sat quite happily on my channel with no adverts on it because it's there as free use for people to listen to the information and maybe learn something from it, gain something from it, question it, debunk it, debate it, whatever. It's there to help spread information and enlarge the conversation. But anyway, now this has come up again. I've already filled out the forms and whatever to appeal it, so that's why it's listing like that. I won't get information back until towards the end of November. So yeah, it's curious that, isn't it? Put the camera back. As I think I did, sorry, wobbly. As I think I did mention on the previous blog and other stuff I've uploaded recently to rant about this stuff. Yes, very, very curious, isn't it? As soon as I start shouting, ranting about these monetizers and people selling the truth and stuff like that, all of a sudden, like, I keep getting these copyright notices coming back again, even though they've already been claimed and released, etc. They're there again. And I really do hope that this isn't somebody just trying to I don't know, bring attention to my channel or to promote these videos in some manner by causing this kind of effect, thereby getting me to do this kind of stuff. It seems a bit back to front. It seems more like, oh, I'm just thinking about possibilities, trying to be objective. I think it's more likely that somebody is deliberately trying to make it look like I am monetizing my channel. Now, let me find, that's a point, where's the settings section? They've moved stuff since, they keep changing YouTube and changing it round and blah blah blah. So I moved the camera again for 1 minute, but just so you can see. Right, this my channel overview, Hairy Cookie Monster channel. Do not do not allow advertisements to display alongside my videos. Okay? I did another video ages and ages ago about when, sorry, move camera again. I did a video long time ago, again a couple of years ago, I think, not long after uploading that William Cooper video. I did one to show YouTube at that point used to send out little email notifications saying things like it was spam selling, basically. It's saying things like, your video has received 100 views, way, do you want to put an advert on it? And it was basically to try and encourage you to become a YouTube partner and to monetize your stuff. And I did a little video of myself clicking no and showing it on the camera, like clicking no in response to that email notification saying, no thank you, I'm not interested. But there we go. Anyway, yeah, so an update on that as yet another one of the probably the oldest video that's still on my channel being questioned again for copyright claim, and it's from one of the main groups as well that do this kind of stuff. If you've got a YouTube channel and you get this kind of thing going on your channel, you've probably seen their name come up fairly often. But anyway, so that combined with other things, reading people's posts and comments and responses to my other videos as well. I was thinking about that yesterday and thinking again today, especially after watching David Icke's video that he put up today, yet again talking around the guilt psychology of, oh, it only cost £1 a month. Only £1 a month. Surely you could afford £1 a month. Think of the children. And yes, I am being really sarcastically ironic to make a bit of a joke out of it. And yes, I'm very aware and open and thinking and considering about the simplicity of the fact that we need to get this message out, we need to spread this message, etc. I'm pointing, I'm waving a flag, I'm waving a warning flag at the way this is being presented and the way the public is being cajoled with that kind of psychological trickery of turning it into your fault, your guilt, even though I know, and I often do argue, that when it comes to it, it is down to you, each individually, being involved, taking part, participating, etc. This is why I felt I needed to do some clarification. And as I say, after I saw that video today, I thought, yes, combined with the copyright notice things, like, yes, I will do another vlog today. Yeah, so to clarify some of the stuff that I sort of mentioned and the fact that it led on from the stuff to do with Max Igan. I didn't want to leave people feeling that I'm waving that warning flag at the stuff that Max Igan is doing. I'm not at him directly in that sense. This is a bit of that problem of guilt by association, potentially. Again, it's just a potential problem. And I'm trying to not be stuck in a trap of pathological cynicism of, as he states in his last podcast episode, the one called Reality Check, you know, is this a process of whenever anybody tries to start putting something together, everybody all just starts attacking it and pulls it back down again? I'm trying not to fall into that pathological cynicism that is that kind of effect. And to clarify in that aspect, like I still very much support what Max Igan does and is doing and is wanting to do, is intending to do with the Full Circle project and all the other stuff that he does. The Full Circle project to me is a great idea. It's, yes, having a body of information, documentation and access to people who also have this knowledge and skills to disseminate amongst as many people as possible. To me, that's like giving everybody a printing press and a library. You know, it's a great idea to share the information, spread it, spread it, spread it, because that will create the decentralizing effect that you're after. You know, it's something as simple as getting they're fairly cheap now. They're certainly getting a lot cheaper. Solid state memories dropping in price rapidly. Yeah, back to that money thing. But the point is, yeah, you know, we used to do this kind of stuff by burning CDs and DVDs and handing them out to people. Now you can get a USB memory stick. You know, it doesn't even have to be one of this style of sticks. It can be an SD card, a micro SD card, and you can dump onto that a whole load of information for people. Now that that is becoming more and more affordable, you can in effect give people an entire library of information. I feel that's something that we should be doing. It's an idea that I've had for a long time. I just cannot, for monetary reasons, I cannot afford to do it. I cannot afford to enact it. And this is the problem of that monetary situation. Well, we're still stuck in a paradigm, a world that operates by the exchange of these fiat notes. That conversation's been done. Yeah, let's carry on with what I wanted to talk about. So, clarification on that: I'm not directly attacking Max and the stuff that he puts out there. I just disagree with this involvement with the People's Voice idea for these kind of reasons, and this is the kind of ponderings I wanted to talk about so that I can sort of clarify my position. It's just why I should need to do this, I don't know, but I feel I need to do it, and I think it's worth putting out there for others, just so that it doesn't create a corral or a box. Yeah, for one thing, he keeps banging on about the fact that it's a non-profit company. If it's a non-profit company, then why is it set up in such a way that they will be paying quite a lot of people to do what they do? There are plenty of organisations that work completely for free. You know, people donate their time for free, for absolutely no cost. And again, I know, I've heard him myself, that Ike will say, well, I'm doing it for free. He's only doing it for free because it provides a platform for him to sell his books and videos. Another video that he put up just a few days ago, and it was so heavily formatted, of this book contains the new ultimate absolute truth that will save the world. It will solve every mystery ever imagined, and even ones you'd never even thought of. And it costs this much. So yet again we're back to that situation of putting the truth in a box and charging money for it. Non-profit company. If it's a non-profit company, I haven't spent any time yet investigating this to find out documented evidence or proof to say one way or the other. So yeah, I know, again, these are ponderings, questions, so don't attack me saying that it's this or that. If it is a non-profit company, as far as I know, the way it works is it will still need to be listed as a company, whether it's a limited or whatever, or a charitable company. It will be listed on the Charities House listings. As I say, I haven't looked at any of that stuff yet. As far as I know, the way it works, if it is a non-profit company, then information such as the accounts should be publicly available. So any people who want to get involved with this thing or donate money to it or whatever, you should be able to see the accounts of this company so that you can verify that they are not attempting to make any money out of it, and you can see the various costs and expenditures and stuff like that. Yes, again, don't assume or use a straw man to attempt to misdirect away from these questions by saying things such as studio time costs money, equipment costs money, you know, all this kind of stuff. Yes, it does. In this paradigm, it does. So if they want to set up a TV station, then it is going to cost them money to buy equipment and to rent TV time, etc., airtime. That then leads to another question. they're pushing this as being a TV channel. It's not. It's only going to be available on the internet. This is not going to be on mainstream TV. They may be attempting to get it onto one of the mainstream channels, a cable channel or something like that, such as Paradigm Shift TV was on the cable channels. They may be attempting to do that, but they're not, as far as I can see, making that a big point, as in it will be on mainstream media. Hey look everybody, we're going to be interrupting the primetime TV to present this super valuable information to people to wake them up. It's going to be available on the internet. So how is it any different? How does it differ in any way at all in that respect to places such as YouTube or Vimeo or Reddit? How is it any different to all of those platforms that the internet itself already provides to us? We already have a method to present this information, a way, many different ways of presenting this information to people, utilising the internet itself. So what is the difference? Other than it will be a codified, centralised place under the banner, under the stamp of authority of Icke himself and other figures like him. Does that sound like a cult of personality central gathering room? It could be. This for me, I think, is where I started tripping over this whole idea, other than some of the other questions to do with money and stuff like that. But I find it illogical to try and attempt to decentralise by centralising. It's the same problem as the financial debt situation. How do we solve the problem of debt? By creating more debt. And lo and behold, that black hole vacuum that is the Ponzi scheme becomes fatter and fatter and fatter. You don't solve the problem, you just amplify it. So if we centralise all this information into one place under this banner, the people's voice, then doesn't that just counteract the whole idea of trying to decentralise this information? Again, I refer back to the full circle project idea. That to me makes more sense. The principle of creating a circle, a network to pass this information around, that then does not force people to all gather into one place. It allows them to decentralise and network into truly independent spaces. So yeah, the supposed increased reach, other than reaching people who already want to look at this kind of information, because again it's via the internet, so if you're interested in this kind of stuff, you probably already found David Icke's website. You probably already visit the Icke forums and whatever periodically. I do periodically. I don't go to them in any kind of regular fashion. So how is it providing anything any different? I don't see it myself. It's not. Gathering a bunch of intelligent, cogent, well-informed, knowledgeable, wise, willing, empathic, compassionate people together to work on ideas to how we can improve this situation. Yeah, I'm all for that, getting those kind of people to all be working together. But we do have to be careful that you don't end up in this situation of idolising figures, turning them into cults of personality, hero worshipping them. Yeah, yeah, we do have to consider that balance. And another thing, in the sense of it being via the internet, it's via the internet. So therefore, how is it any freer than anything else we're doing via the internet? We've already had it proved to a lot of us out here in this, the voices in the ether. A lot of people out there have already been saying for a long time that we would get to a point where the internet would become so controlled that if they want to shut you down, if they don't like what you're saying, they will just turn you off in one way or another. And if it comes to it, if the flow of information becomes too exponential, too fast for them, they will shut down the internet. And as we've seen, proved over the last few years and reinforced by factual documentation, evidence that yes, they are doing this kind of stuff. Yes, they are monitoring everything you do on the internet. Yes, they do have the ability to turn it off, turn you off if they wish to. Think of situations where sections of the internet have been turned off, including turning off mobile network supplies and stuff like that. So even if you're attempting to not so much bypass but initiate a mesh network type environment so that you're free of this hardwired internet, they'll turn off the mobile service, so therefore that mesh network will only have the limited reach of where your equipment can supply it to, in the same way as like a radio system. So in that respect, how is it going to be any freer? Let's say, for example, David Icke takes a bit out of his new book, his new little box of truth, and he decides that he's going to present that for free, because he's a nice guy like that, on this TV channel, and he goes on air and he reads out a section of his book, which is such a powerful truth that he's going to free millions of people across the world. And the people who supply his internet connection to allow his TV channel to be broadcast go, oh no, switch it off. So how is it going to be any freer? Where I am at the moment, I use an ISP that has already made it plain in public media that it does what it's told. So if I attempt to go to certain websites, for example Pirate Bay, if I attempt to access the Pirate Bay directly utilising my ISP as per normal, as you're supposed to, I can't get to it. I get a little message box that come up that says this website is not allowed to be viewed from your country, so they block it. There's other ways to get there. That my point being that you can bypass it, but they're slowly closing those gates, setting up systems to shut down that kind of bypassing ability. And it still, leaves me with that question of how is this going to be any freer than what we're already doing? Centralisation, it's what it keeps coming back to. This primarily is just centralisation of let's all gather together in this one place and set up a banner that says Icke TV, because when it comes down to it, that's what it's really becoming. Even though I know there's lots of other people involved, I've seen some of the names of people that are going to be involved, and yes, I'm all for the fact that there will be another channel out there that will be pushing out information, whether it be a radio station or just a YouTube channel or website. Great. The fact that there is another place out there pushing out information, that's great. But don't then try and use psychological underhandedness by attempting to use a guilt-tripping presentation to persuade me that I have to take part in what you're doing and that I have to monetarily contribute to it. You're completely reversing the truth there. If the truth is that this paradigm that we're currently living in is the problem, and that a major core part of that problem is the financial system, the Ponzi financial banking system, then utilising that very system is counterproductive to what you're claiming to want to do. I cannot... for a long time I've sort of said this here and there, but I have a habit of second guessing myself or attempting to not incite too many fires by being restrictive in what I say or how I say it, trying to force people into my point of view, etc. But this selling of the truth, to me, just in and of itself, is so illogical and so Orwellian in its reversal of the truth. Of if you want to change this paradigm that is controlled by the monetary pyramid, by these people who claim power and control over others by waving little bits of paper at them, then utilising that very process, that very system of those little bits of paper, it doesn't, to me, it does not make sense. It is counterproductive. It is a reversal of what you should be doing. Selling a truth to save the world. If you have a truth that you think, or you've found a truth that you think, you feel can help free the world, why do you want to charge money for it? It makes no sense whatsoever, because by charging money for it, you're putting yet more shackles on the world. So how is it freeing it? Anyway, I feel that the kindling of the ire of me ranting on that point, and I spent a few minutes staring at a picture of the Orion Nebula. Just that one particular picture. I've got loads and loads of pictures of space and planets and stuff like that, just to try and meditate for a little bit before I did this video, because I didn't want to rant. But anyway, yes, I feel the ire of that simple truth to be kindled such that it makes me want to rant at these people. Anyway, yeah, I'll leave it there. That was some questions, hopefully some clarification, maybe. Yes, I probably rambled a fair bit because I'm just vlogging. We'll do a live broadcast tomorrow, as planned, 8 PM GMT. Hopefully you'll be able to find it on my channel. I know, because again, the way YouTube has been changing and shuffling stuff, things aren't always very apparent. But yeah, we'll be back then. Thanks folks, take care, keep questioning, keep wondering, keep getting involved and keep working. Yes, you know what I mean, working on this kind of situation, not necessarily going to your slave job work. Word magic. Take care folks, I'll speak to you again soon. Keep evolving.